I don't know about you, but every offseason there's that one situation that just sits in your chest a little heavier than the others. It's not the splashy headline. It's not the big blockbuster. It's that decision that quietly says a lot about where this team really thinks it is. And right now, we've got one of those moments brewing. There's a veteran on this roster who came in with real expectations, real hope. For a while, it felt like we might have pulled off something special. But then, things changed. And now, the talk around the league is starting to get louder. And it's not exactly pointing toward a happy ending for Buffalo. This isn't just about one player. It's about direction. It's about cap space. It's about whether this front office believes the window is still wide open, or if it needs to get younger, faster, and maybe a little more ruthless. Something big is being predicted here. And if it actually happens, it's going to hit a lot of fans in different ways. Before we get into it, though, if you're a real Bills fan who rides through every high and every heartbreak, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to Bills Nation Update. We're a new channel trying to build something real here, and our first goal is 1,000 subscribers. If you believe in this team like I do, be part of this from the ground up. All right, let's talk about what might be coming. According to Fox Sports analyst Greg Auman, the Bills are expected to move on from veteran edge rusher Joey Bosa. And not just that, he's being projected to sign with the San Francisco 49ers in free agency. Yeah, that Joey Bosa. Let's rewind for a second. Last offseason, Buffalo signed Bosa to a one-year deal worth $12.6 million. At the time, it felt like a smart, low-risk swing. A proven pass rusher. A guy who, if healthy and motivated, could be that difference maker in January. And early on, it looked promising. 4 sacks in his first 8 games. There was juice. There were flashes. You could see the vision. But then things cooled off. Way off. From that point on, including the playoffs, he managed just 1 more sack. 1. That's not what you bring in a veteran edge guy for. You bring him in to close games, to tilt playoff matchups, to be that dude when it matters most. Now, to be fair, he did lead the entire NFL with 5 forced fumbles, which is no small thing. That shows he can still disrupt. He can still create chaos. But when you're paying over $12 million for 1 year, you need consistent pressure, not just moments. And here's where it gets interesting. Buffalo is already over the salary cap heading into 2026. That's real. That's pressure. This front office has to make decisions, and they can't be sentimental ones. Bosa is 30 years old. He's not the same explosive player he was earlier in his career. And if you're Brandon Beane, you're probably looking at this roster thinking, do we reinvest in a veteran who gave us 5 sacks? Or do we go younger and cheaper? That's where the 49ers come in. San Francisco is coming off a season where they finished with the fewest sacks in the entire league. Let that sink in. The fewest. And yes, injuries played a part, especially the torn ACL to Nick Bosa. But even if Nick had been fully healthy all year, they still needed help on the other side. Now imagine this, Joey lining up opposite his brother Nick. That's not just football. That's a storyline. That's family. That's a team potentially offering him a chance to make a meaningful postseason push with blood on the other edge. Auman predicts that's exactly what happens. Joey signs with the 49ers. And then there's the money. Spotrac projects Bosa could land a 2-year, $27 million deal in free agency. That's roughly $13.5 million per year. Personally, after a 5-sack season, I don't see him getting that full number. I think he might come in cheaper than that. But if he does, that makes him even more attractive to San Francisco, especially if they strike out on bigger names in trades or free agency. From a Bills perspective, this feels like one of those quiet goodbyes. Not dramatic, not explosive, just business. And honestly, I get it. I wanted Bosa to be that late-season weapon. I wanted that playoff takeover moment. It just never really came. And when you're chasing a Super Bowl, you can't afford to hope anymore. You need production. So if Buffalo lets him walk, it probably means they're committing to getting younger at edge, maybe drafting someone, maybe developing the guys already in the building, maybe freeing up cap space for a move we don't see yet. But it also means we're officially turning the page. And here's the bigger picture. This team is still in a Super Bowl window. As long as Josh Allen is under center, that window is real. But the pressure is building. The AFC isn't getting easier. Kansas City isn't slowing down. Baltimore is dangerous. Cincinnati is always lurking. Every roster decision matters. If Bosa leaves for the 49ers and joins his brother, it'll make headlines. It'll be a cool family story. But for us, it'll be about whether Buffalo made the right call in prioritizing the future over familiarity. I'll say this, I won't be shocked if he's gone, and I won't panic either. But I will be watching very closely what they do next, because that's what tells you how serious this front office is about finishing the job. All right, Bills Mafia, I want to hear from you. Would you bring Joey Bosa back on a cheaper deal? Or are you ready to move on and get younger at edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if you're enjoying real, honest Bills talk like this, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to Bills Nation Update. We're building this from scratch, and our first goal is 1,000 subscribers. If you're a true member of Bills Mafia and you want a place for real conversation, this is it. Let's keep building. Go Bills!